Hey, hi, how you doing? Markus Pattern here, coming at you with my weekly, almost weekly, ramble chat in which I tell you about what I have done with my entire week. This one will be a bit more informative than the last one because I've done more than the last one. Um, but first, with all the call to action noise, if you could click like and subscribe, that'd be fantastic. If you like what I do, please share it amongst your friends. Um, Support me on Patreon, where you can get where you can get the latest issues of Here Comes the Dragon Punch. My commissions are open, and I have comics available at my Etsy store and all that, which is linked down below. Follow me on the social medias. Yeah. So, as you can tell, I haven't properly moved yet. I'm still in the same setup, but I am making progress on that. Uh, uh, Bought white goods for the first time in my actual life because I've always lived in places where they've had that stuff. And we bought carpet for the first time in our life because for some reason when you move into council flats they don't supply like that. For I'm sure it's not a reason to be cruel or vindictive or pernicious. It just happens to be, but I'm sure it isn't deliberate. Anyway, that's enough of my conspiratorial kind of. So, yeah. Obviously, with the moving and stuff, I haven't been able to jump up on here as much as I would have been meaning to. But I have been jumping on a bit. So but next week, in theory, Monday I won't be doing anything because I'll actually be painting at the new gaff. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday I should be on here for the duration of the those 3 days, continuing drawing Here Comes the Dragon Punch, and possibly working on that Warhammer pinup you may have seen me do. I think I yeah. The whole moving thing has set me back a little bit in terms of that, and so I think what I think I've got up to page 11 in terms of those pencils kind of things. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish page 11, which is the bit where August is walking out of her dressing room and gets confronted by Charlie. I think I'm going to finish the pencils on that page, and then I'm going to go back and then I'm going to ink the pages I've penciled and stuff. So like which I think which pages have I done? So yeah, I've penciled page 7, 8, 9, and 10. I will go back and I will ink them. So that's what you'll be watching me do next week. And presumably, once I've inked them, I'm going to then go on and flat them. So I'm going to do that all in one go instead of being like kind of coming back to it piecemeal style. And then hopefully, I can kind of carry on. I don't. So for the next week, I should be able to do 3 days of straightforward live streaming to you guys and everything, which if you could turn up for, that'd be great. I had a raid on the other day, which was on Twitch, which was nice. I've had that a couple of times, and each time I do it, that happens. I'm basically looking down at my screen, and I completely admit it, and it looks like I'm ignoring you cats, but I'm generally not. Well, I am ignoring you, but like I'm not meaning to be rude. It's just a case of like, my screen is here, my computer, my tablet's here, computer screen's here, and it's really hard to concentrate on too. So like, if you join in those raids and it looks like I'm ignoring you, I am, but not in a rude way, and I appreciate you turning up. So I'm now 26 subscribers on Twitch, which is more than I was before. And thank you for turning up. So that means I'm over halfway by one subscriber, over halfway towards the goal of 50, in which you'll get a live stream Q&A out of me. I not still. I have 50 subscribers on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube and on Twitch and see this and you think, well, I want to get the live Q&A, if you could subscribe on both channels, that'd be swell. So that way I can, because I think the 100 mark on the YouTube means that I get to change the fucking janky URL, so I can have Markus Pattern Draws as a URL. So once I get that, I can then, it'd be easier for me to slow down. So like, yeah, once I hit those, whichever landmark I hit first, you'll get a live Q&A, and I guess I'll do a live Q&A when I hit the other one. So yeah, who knows? You may get 2 live Q&As in a very short amount of time, or 1 and then nothing because like, yeah. So that's the plan for these channels, to basically sit here, draw, you watch me draw, and then, you know, hopefully get away to the point where like I can, because the point of 50 subscribers on Twitch, it means that I can then monetize it and stuff, which will help pay the rent and everything. And well, you know, yeah. I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty new to the whole Twitch game. I don't really participate in it as a punter, which I realise is my fault. So if you see this and chat whatnot, mention other. I'm interested in like. I'm interested in That was weird. I'm interested in like YouTube, in like, no, what am I interested in? What am I interested in? So I got distracted by my career. I'm interested in comics and drawing stuff and art and everything. So if you draw comics and everything, mention or you subscribe to comic artists, especially if they're in the London area, drop them in the chat and whatnot, and so I can find them. Probably one of the main issues with drawing comics, especially during the lockdown, is because like there was no real way to meet people basically, and it became solitary. And it's really hard to grow as an artist if you're just sitting here all alone. And it's been I've been able to get myself along to a couple of meetups with via Meetup called the Whip work in process group that's on Discord. That's quite cool. But like, I would like to meet more people, and I would like to get chatting to more people, and because that's one of the cool things about doing the Lakes and the Glasgow Comic Con is the fact that I got to meet, chat, and talk to people. I'm quite a chatty person. I would like to talk to more people, and I would like to have a like a community, be a part of it. So like, if you're a comic book artist in London, or you follow comic book artists in London, or basically if you're a comic book artist in the UK, or any kind of artist in the UK, and you follow them on Twitch or YouTube, whatever, drop their things in the chat, and I will then go along and check them out and follow them and stuff, and then I can not be alone in this little corner of the internet that is my own. Obviously, I will be doing research of my own in this regard. I'm not just going to be expecting you to do all the heavy legwork for me. Though if you could, that would be delightful. Hive mind and all that noise. So the 4th chapter of Here Comes Dragon Punch has been released on Webtoons and ArtStation, and should be on Substack. I don't think it is, because I haven't been updating that as well as I should be, because I'm bad. So I'm going to drop links to the let me know if Twitch is working, because it seems every time I go back to it, it seems to be dropping out. So I'm going to drop Webtoons in the chat. It's not. What the fuck? I don't know if this is my computer or whatever, but There we go. So yeah, webtunes are in the top of the chat. Patreon will be in the top of the chat in 2 seconds, and ArtStation will be at the top of the chat in 2 seconds. If you want to check out the latest chapter of Here Comes the Dragon Punch, it's got one of my favourite panels in. I'm quite proud of it. I know I keep saying that about stuff, but you know, I'm not being totally insincere. Or am I? Probably. I should have had that set up better. So, yeah, as you'll have seen, I have been drawing issue 4 after about a week off from doing artwork, and I came in on a complicated page in complicated poses and complicated positions, and you know, yeah, complicated positions, complicated poses and stuff, and so yeah, the reason why this is in pencils is because like there's different angles and different positions, and also I don't think I thumbnailed this particularly well. I think I did a really rough kind of thumb, so I then had to work it all out in the penciling stage, and it's just like, yeah, and I think I've got it okay, but like I then had to add an extra panel to it to make the workflow properly. Yeah, so this is a good example of how rushing your thumbs leads to more work down the line. Like if I had done the work properly at the beginning of the thumbnail process, this probably would have been a lot smoother. Like the most basically simplest ways to make all the panels that have been really easy to draw have been ones that thumbnailed particularly well. Like but like I thought I had a good enough reference shot for him for Ruben tripping over August. Turns out I didn't, and the reference shot I did was like basically I'd gone off a YouTube video of like that is decades old. So like Ruben, the guy doing the tripping, is in a white gi, so I can see where he's basically moving. But like the guy who he's tripping over is in a black gi, and the contrast is so up to one side. That means that basically like all I've got is a black blob of a mess to show where where her arms are and shoulders are and stuff, and it was just really complicated, and I'm not. And yeah, I think I've made it work, but obviously I've got a lot more work to do on it. I think I need to put a background in and stuff, or put something in to make it look like it's yeah. And then my intention was just to have like panel 1 be like a big splash panel, and just didn't work well. So now I stuck in the second panel here, which is just a really complicated viewpoint, basically like looking down upon a body that's prone and stuff. Another really good example of how one should get their horizon line on the fucking go, because I was just drawing from the reference page, reference and stuff, and you know, you don't get volume and stuff like that. So basically, I made this page as difficult to draw for myself as humanly possible. And it would have been okay if I wasn't in the process of not being able to work the week last week and moving this week, and I probably should have just skipped to an easier page to get myself in. But the way I work is I'm doing it chronologically, page to page, page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, etc., etc. And future me will now know that it might be if there is a break or a lag in my sitting down to draw, it probably would be a good idea to take the least to skip maybe a page or two and get on to the least complicated page, like say page. This is another example. The angle that I had drawn, it was like a third person, look, 3-point angle, looking up at the crowd adoring him, and it might have looked good, but like also it didn't really convey the story that well, and then him playing to the crowd. I think this splitting it up into 2 panels works a lot better, works a lot easier, because as you saw on Wednesday or whatever, I skipped down and gone from trying to pencil this out. I thumbnailed it out, and again, thumbnail if to all aspiring comic artists out there, thumbnail. It's easier to work this shit out on the micro, especially if it's not a precious thing, because it's easier to rub something out if you've only spent 2 seconds drawing it, than if you say got all the fucking anatomy correct and then realize, oh, this shit is wrong and stuff. So and then I find hands quite hard to draw and stuff, and then kind of just getting the story down and just drawing fists. You think to be easy because they're just here, aren't they? But I mean, if it works with Brian Bolland, but this page might have been a bit too fucking complicated, because again, I've got her in a prone position, sitting down, and this I keep putting her in this pose. Yeah, this is a difficult pose to draw. But then again, I was listening to an interview with Kelly Jones, and he was saying the artist behind Batman and the new Dracula thing, saying he hated it when people gave him shit that worked within his wheelhouse, because that's not really, doesn't challenge him. So he liked it when you gave him just give me any old story and I will make it look cool. So any old story, I'll make it look cool. These pages 8 and 9 were just not. I want to say this page 10. The thumbnail on this worked out, was pretty much spot on, apart from the way I've got her throwing. Because again, it's difficult to find the reference that gives you the exact same thing. So complicated body pose in a complicated angle, and you don't I don't want to skip and stuff, and I don't want it to look like I've just mashed any old noise together. But yeah, so maybe if instead of going from page 8 or 9, if I just went, I need to warm up, skip to page 10, then I can go back to 8, and then I can go back to 9, which might be a future thing that I do. If there's a break or whatever, I'll probably go back and be like, yeah, I should probably warm up as well. And in terms of the warm up things, the moving means I don't have that much time. Bits of my day are carved away, and I can't really, once I find it kind of really difficult to work past a certain time, because I'm just tired, because I'm an old fat cunt, and and then like it's a case of, oh, do I get up and do I go and start drawing again at night time? You know, and I probably should do, in fairness, but like I don't because and so I think I might, instead of doing like an hour and a bit change of warm ups in the morning, I think I might just do the warm up quite quickly, and then I'll probably skip it, probably cut it down and start drawing comics from about 9:30 at the latest, because like I'm finding when I'm looking back at what I've done, it's just like that should be, I can see how long I've been drawing for, and it's not long enough, and I need to, and this is what causes a lag and stuff. So from until I move into the new place, and get settled in, it will probably be a case of like I'm cutting back on the whole like warm up things, because like it'd be good to get this done, because I'm having quite a lot of fun doing this, and then I can then kick on in, going from this I can kick on in and start working on this, like because if I'm pivoting to where success isn't in the comics at the moment, because no one seems to want to read them or give a fuck about them or pick me up. Maybe it's just down to me not advertising properly enough, or it's just not where the thing is. But like if I was to go by this, what is actual successful and actually making me money and actually doing something, it would be the art. So like I've sold like another Usagi Jimbo print, which is fantastic. I really appreciate that. And but like in terms of the prints I've sold, the things I've sold, it's the Warhammer print and the Usagi Jimbo print. So I should probably pivot to where there seems to be an audience for me. So in the most mercenary ways, that's why I'm drawing that's why I'm drawing a battle hardened suit of armor, a thing I'm not particularly good at. It's not my forte. I'm more of an organic kind of thing, but I quite like the way this one's turning out, and I like, and just like something about everything that's going on. In this case, like just like a battle worn space marine trudging through the mud and the blood and the gore and stuff. Just like something about that, just it's appealing to me at the moment. And turns out that what this isn't just like a, so like if you were to hire me for a commission, this would be a full blown art piece. This isn't like a full body, like kind of a half head or whatever. This, because given everything that's going on in here, this would be a full blown art piece. And so like it still take So when you say like, oh, I want a full blown art piece, like a scene would be probably the best way to describe it. I'm depicting a scene, but I'm having quite a lot of fun doing it as well. Like it's been I used to be into Warhammer when I was a bayan, and then I discovered anime, and then I stopped doing Warhammer basically. My brother, however, has been into Warhammer for quite a bit and stuff, and I've dipped my toe. Like I like there was a PS2 game that I quite liked, so yeah, it was like going back into it, like, oh yeah, cool. It's like how much has moved on, and then like, oh, there's all those Lovecraftian-esque monsters and stuff. I like Lovecraftian-esque monsters and stuff. So yeah, you maybe seen a bit more Warhammer artwork coming out of me, because it means I basically get to be quite gory and violent and everything. Yeah. So hopefully you will, by the end of next week, this will be a print and stuff, and this will be finished, and I'll be, you'll be able to get yourself a new Warhammer print from me in time for Christmas. Yeah, and I might work on. I have an idea for Usagi Jimbo print as well. This is also like, I didn't thumbnail this one out neither, so like a lot of the stuff. So like the tyrant's head in the front here, and fucked up Space Marine here. I probably should use a pointer yet. Like these ones here, they were a bit of a pain. They were too small, and I needed to, rearrange it and stuff, and like thumbnails and stuff, and but like sketching. I've sketched it out and stuff, and I think I've worked it out fine. I think I've kayfabed it enough that it's just like it might not be perfect, but it looks okay. I got rid of the bub, and like, yeah, I think it looks alright. I think it looks very good, actually, very good. So, right, that's basically me. Last week I talked about the Zodiac prints and stuff. With moving and everything, I've literally had no time to sit down and write the blurb and stuff. I mean, I've got the photos taken and I've got the prints printed and the stickers done. So they will be released tomorrow on Saturday via my Etsy. So keep an eye out for that. The Etsy's linked in the top as well. Make sure it is. No, it's not. You silly goose, Marcus. So yeah. Also, in terms of stuff that is available, my fuck off. Fuck me. I think there's I think the Twitch might be keep buffering in and out. So probably a good idea to I think the YouTube was working though, so if you come across this and are frustrated by like whatever's happening on Twitch, if that one viewer, head over to YouTube and where it is not buffering or whatever. So it's probably a good idea for me to then wrap this up. So fuck you. Maybe I've got too many things open in my screen. Alright, okay. I'm guessing I might just be talking to the cat on YouTube then, if there's anyone. Okay, cool. So fuck this. Right. I really should be a bit more professional at this, but you don't need to hear the backstory. Like anyway. So I've been on here for half an hour. So for next week, I'm not doing anything up on the live streams on Monday. So on Saturday, the Zodiac prints plus the stickers will be up on Etsy. On Monday, radio silence from me because I'll be in my new place painting the walls. In Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, all things being equal, I will be inking, and then flatting. Here Comes the Dragon Punches, the pages that I've just been talking about, and probably be working some more on this Warhammer piece that I am doing. If you want to support me and everything, let's go back to the Ramble Chat page. This is up on Etsy. It should be it's normally 45 quid a book. It's down to 25 quid plus free postage and packaging. And if you ask me, really nice, a free little sketch. It's an anthology with reimaginings of fairy tales and stuff. I did a particularly gruesome take on Hansel and Gretel. Here Comes a Dragon Punch You can get the physical first ashcan version on my Etsy, which gets the first issue plus bits of issue 2 and some additional artwork, because I like doing artwork. The first 2 issues of 13 Shots of Whiskey, they are up on my Etsy as well, in both digital and physical download. And also the first comic I drew, which no one gives a fuck about, was The Gateway, which is also up on my Etsy. I have prints up there, and I will have stickers up there soon. My commissions are open, so if you want me to draw you something, I'm willing to drop all this like a cold potato and draw it for you. Be doing me a great service, seeing as moving is expensive, yo, very. Click like and subscribe. Help me achieve like the goals that I need. So like so like the 50 subscribers on Twitch, or the 100 on YouTube, and then we'll have a live Q&A from me. So all that has to be said is say, I'm Markus Pattern, comic book artist, comic book creator, commission drawer, and generally a person who goes wherever his artistic whims take him. Who appreciate it for anyone who turned up, who would turn up, who turns up later. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. Thank you ever so much. Have yourself a tip-top day, and yeah, speak to you next week, I guess.